Hi, I'm Eric, and today we're here at Linganore High School. We're going to meet an individual that graduated from here and now works to ensure that the building is operating and functioning properly for students, but students not just here at Linganore High School, students across FCPS. Let's go inside and meet her. So we are here with Melanie Mel Edgar, registered plumber apprentice here at Linganore High School. Mel, thank you so much for allowing us a little bit of your time today. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me today.
Thank you for spending some time speaking with us. So I want to go back to before you got to this moment in being a registered plumber apprentice. You graduated from this school in 2016,
Yes.
right? So when you were in high school, did you have an interest in going into the plumbing industry?
Not at all. I actually had no clue what I wanted to do. Like a lot of kids, unfortunately, when they graduate, we don't really know what career field we want to go to or what really is suited for us. So it takes a lot of trial and error and kind of dipping your toes into different places to know where you want to stand.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. So what types of things did you do in high school?
I was in the ROTC program here at Linganore High School. I did that for 2 years. I also was in the pre-vet program that you guys had, and I went further on after high school, and I worked with animals for about 4 years in a lot of different areas between petting farms, veterinary clinics, doggy day camps, stuff along that lines. And while there, I realized I had a very big passion for trade work and plumbing.
So what happened that led to that passion, that sparked that passion actually?
I was at the veterinary clinic one day and I was cleaning and they had a problem with their HVAC unit and the doctors there couldn't fix it. And I thought to myself, these are doctors. They know how to perform medical procedures, surgery, all that, but they cannot fix this HVAC unit. They have to call somebody else to do that. One day I want to be able to do that. That person is really knowledgeable. They're really winning. They're useful. And I want to be useful. I want to be like that one day too.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thanks for sharing that. What do you think caused you not to think about that field of work prior to that moment?
I never was exposed to it. It wasn't in my family. I had never picked up tools in my life. I had never had a need for it. But the second I saw that there was a need for it, even in my own house, I couldn't stand by and feel useless anymore.
That's a great point. Yeah. So after that spark was lit, that fire started, what did you do next?
I only knew one master plumber, and it would be from a prior job of mine because he was a customer that went to the petting farm often. And I saw him, and I knew he worked for Montgomery County. And I asked him, where do I start? How do I get started? And he said, first thing you need to do is go get your apprenticeship license. You do not need any experience to get this license whatsoever. You apply through the state. And this gives you permission to start learning. So you can work hands-on as a plumbing apprentice and start, because you don't need prior education other than a high school diploma and or an equivalent to start this position, which is very useful for people like me without any prior experience.
So as soon as you had that conversation with him, a master plumber, you then registered to become a registered plumber's apprentice.
Yes.
What all does that entail?
Apprenticeship stands for 20% school, 80% hands-on. And a big part of this program is you pay while you learn. So it is an opportunity for you to earn an education that gets you a license and a very well-rounded career that also offers you the ability to do it every single day alongside of school. So a lot of college students go to class for a position, but then they don't have a job that fills that position on hand. Here you get the best of both worlds. You get to be sunk into this apprenticeship. Everything you do is plumbing. You leave here, you go to school, you learn plumbing. You wake up the next morning, you start plumbing. So it's all learning all the time, and you benefit from it heavily.
So you're doing the schooling piece now, and the work piece you're doing through Frederick County Public Schools.
Yes.
Awesome. On a given day, what are some of the surprises that you all encounter that you have to address and support?
Things that we do sort of on a daily basis, more of on a weekly basis. We run things like our eye washes, emergency eye wash stations, shower stations, make sure that that water is flowing and perfectly functioning so that our students have those emergency stations that they need. Or seeing how fast our hot water gets hot from each point of the building, which is very important to us.
I appreciate you saying that. I'm a former science teacher at the middle school level, And I never thought about the eye wash station or the shower. It was in the classroom, but it's always good to know that somebody's there checking to make sure those things are needed and functioning in case we need it in an emergency. So what do you enjoy most about the work that you do?
I enjoy learning how buildings work, how things work in everyday society, because we use water fountains, we flush toilets as everyday human beings, we run showers, everything, but we don't understand how really it works. So if it were to break, then what? I enjoy finding out how our buildings function and how heaters, boilers, all that run, so that one day if it ever were to go wrong, I could do something about it and I don't feel, like I said, useless.
And you are very useful to what we do as a school system. So Mel, I know that this is not a job that you do solo. You have a team. Can you talk a little bit about the team that you work with?
I work with a bunch of different master plumbers from all 8 areas of FCPS. And every area has 2 master plumbers, and all of them have such amazing knowledge that they're willing to share with you. Everybody is so nice and willing to teach you, and it's so good to have a broad education. If you work in a normal residential plumbing, you might only see houses. If you work for a certain company in construction, you might only see construction. Here you see everything.
So you talked about the 8 different zones in Frederick County Public Schools. So what does that mean? Because you're not just here at Linganore High School.
You go to every single school that FCPS has. So everything that Frederick County Public Schools takes account for, you are in charge of. That includes also your central office, that includes your maintenance department office, that includes student service learning offices, CTC, all of those controlled by FCPS. We maintain and make sure they are running properly.
And it just shows, again, our organization, it's a large organization, but there's a team that makes up every component of it that helps us do what we do for our kids ultimately every day. I appreciate Mel's eagerness to learn and grow in her field. Mel is the first female registered plumbing apprentice with Frederick County Public Schools and is inspiring others who may not feel like they fit a certain position to go for it. Although no one in Mel's family is a plumber, she's aiming to get her master's with the goal to stay at FCPS for a long time. In the fall, Mel and the team she works with are focused on preventative maintenance to avoid bigger issues such as a loss of school time. The summer months are used to handle larger projects. What Mel does on a daily basis is essential to Frederick County Public Schools. Now, what do you enjoy most about being a former FCPS student and now being able to serve in this capacity?
Being able to see how much our staff does. I never appreciated it before as a student. I never took into account everything that they do to make sure that everything runs properly. I never took into account that they run the water fountains for 15 minutes at least, just to make sure that we have clean drinking water. Or, like I said, how fast water gets hot from the water heater to your faucet. I never took in things like that. Or AC, we take those things for granted. Our schools just have AC, a lot of schools don't.
Mel, I can't agree more with you, and I think we often say it's behind the scenes, but it's actually forefront right in our faces every day, the things that we need and that we sometimes don't always appreciate the work that goes behind making those things available for us. So thank you for pointing that out. Anything else you want to share with our community that you haven't been able to share regarding the work that you do, the work of your team?
I would just like to say there aren't a lot right now of apprentices, and I'd love to see more in the future. And to anybody out there that thinks that this job isn't for them or they don't fit a certain type or only certain types of people can do it, anybody can do this job as long as you want to learn and want to work for it. They will happily accept you and give you all the guidance you need to keep going forward.
Thank you so much, Mel. It was wonderful being able to spend some time speaking with Mel today. I always enjoy speaking to our current students and former students. It's wonderful when they come back and become part of the FCPS team after graduation. Mel talked about all those things she was not aware went into ensuring she had a safe school to attend each and every day. Now, as an FCPS employee, she sees what we call behind-the-scenes work that ensures our students and staff have a safe building to enter no matter where they're going in FCPS. And it's not just behind-the-scenes work. It's work that's at the forefront each and every day. Sometimes we just don't realize everything that goes into ensuring we have a safe facility to enter. What she and her team does is essential to everything we do in FCPS. Well, everyone, until next time, please continue to take care of yourself, Take care of each other and be well.